Hey everybody, I just wanted to take this time to give a shout out to Ty Borden because he's been asking for a shout out for like 10 videos and I thought it was finally time I actually gave him one. So yeah, there you go, Ty. What's going on everybody, it's Patrick here and today I'm going to talk about public presentating. Yeah. So in my last video, I sort of mentioned for a second that I had to do a public presentation in front of my English class, and I was just mentioning that that went over really well and I was happy with the end result. And basically I was just going to go a little further into that and yeah. So speaking in front of like a class or a bunch of co-workers or a bunch of random people on the street is really hard for a lot of people. Like as a society, it's just something that we have grown accustomed to not liking. And I think that has to do a lot about our self-esteem because, you know, we really don't like getting up there in front of a bunch of people and like just showing yourself off because people can judge you, you know, so easy. And we're just so nervous to make the slightest mistake because we're so scared of what people are going to think of us. Which generally isn't even the case. Most often, people aren't even paying attention to you when you present. Theoretically, it doesn't make any sense at all why people are so like scared about just talking to a group of people, yet I totally get why. Now, I mean, I wasn't like really on the bad end of that. Like, I'm not so nervous where it's like, oh my god, I have to present today. Like, I'm not going to school because it just puts so much anxiety in me, I just can't do it. So when I was back in junior high, it didn't bother me that much, but I mean, I'd still get nervous. So everyone's, you know, freaking out and I'm like, whatever, I do this in my room all the time, except I'm not in front of people, I'm in front of a camera. But still, it's like the exact same thing. So I'm like, whatever, you know, I'll get this over with. I was like the second person to go up. And I went Smith Vlogs. Like, I was just normal Patrick, just chilling in my desk. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go up there. So I get up, I put my piece of paper on the thing, and I'm like, I got my hand movements and I'm just like, yeah, and I'm reading it, I'm like looking everyone right in the eye and I'm like, yeah, and I'm, oh, the Big Mac sucks and there's too much lettuce on it and rah, rah, rah. But I was like Smith Vlogs and I was like, I'm totally going Smith Vlogs right here and I'm like, yeah. And then I finished it and I was like, yeah, cool. Normally when you do something, you're like, oh, that was so bad. But I just felt so confident that that was awesome. Because I was just so confident in my public speaking at that moment in time. I was like the ultimate Patrick Smith talking to people. It was just like a rush of like superness. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, you know, sometimes you're not expecting to do something awesomely and then like just something happens and you're your super self. So I was like my super Patrick or my super Smith Vlogs. So that was me, who has like a ton of experience, you know, just talking in general. Now on the other hand, I also learned how bad people suck at public speaking. So I mean, for the most part, you know, like people weren't too bad. Like there were a couple of girls who were like, oh my god, I don't want to go up. And then they did it and it was like, wow, that was really good. Like that was awesome. And there was a couple of guys I wasn't expecting to do good and they did really awesome too. But then there was a few people where like, they're like, and it was just like, dude, you suck. You want to make it entertaining. You don't want to sound all monotone, like, and then he went to the store, and you don't want to be like shaking. Like you just gotta, like I was nervous when I was presenting, my knees had a little wobble, but I just kind of like, you know, you just gotta push that away and be like, ooh, confident man, like with your chest right out and you know, you just gotta be confident. Like overall, I think that's what people lack when they do their public speaking. Is just, you know, they don't have confidence. They think that they're gonna do bad and they do bad. They don't care and they're like, ugh, well, you know, I don't care. But then they get up there and they suck. And it's not even like the lack of effort they're giving. It's just, you can totally tell they're nervous and they were just saying they didn't care, but they actually are like extremely nervous and now they can't even talk and they just look like an idiot. So I don't know, like, some people have it and some people don't, because obviously, like, from my class, I could totally see, you know, like, some people are just natural at this and they're good at it. Now me, I was not good at it. I used to suck at public speaking. And but I've practiced and now it's like, yeah, this is pretty easy. But I mean, really? It's just like, dude, you just gotta, you know, you just gotta be cool and just, you gotta not care you gotta personify that you don't care, but be really confident, right? So you gotta be like, you know, just going up here, just doing this, like it's not a big deal. But then you gotta look really confident. You're like, okay, let's do this. Enthusiasm is always awesome, but you know, if you wanna come off really awesome, you just gotta be like, whatever, and then do something really good. Because then people are totally not expecting it, and it's just like, bam! That guy was entertaining. So yeah, hopefully my presentation in English class was actually good. It would be kind of crappy if people were like, Patrick, I saw your video and you're saying like how good you were in English, and I thought your presentation was pretty crappy, to be honest. Now that would kind of suck, but I'm pretty sure like usually you don't have a very high opinion of yourself when you do anything. So when you do, it's usually you did this really well. Now at least that's what I'm hoping. If that's not the case and it just totally sucked crap and I look like a retard, like going like this all the time and talking about why Big Macs suck, then yeah, whatever. But I do secretly care.